Alright, this is a pressing matter, really crazy issue, okay, and we have to get to the bottom of this. What is the best Dragon Ball Z saga? This is not Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z. Now, of course, you have three sagas: Frieza Saga, Cell Saga, Majin Buu Saga. Now, most people are probably, I'm not sure which one. I don't want to put anything in anyone's minds, but again, I want to know what you guys think is the best, but you have to list why, or else you're a fool. No, I'm kidding, but list why. Now I'm gonna go with the Cell Saga personally. Now, I guess you could consider me a little bit kind of biased, but I don't know really how you could consider that. But personally, I'm a huge fan of the Cell Saga because I'm a big fan of Gohan. So, his after he once he steps into the Cell games, from there, like, that is really dope. And I think that a lot of the stuff that they incorporate in the Cell Saga, future Trunks coming back, so you got time travel going on, and I felt kind of like really emotionally attached to a lot of the stuff, when it comes to the androids in the future, killing everyone and being like crazy motherfuckers, and future Trunks trying to save his timeline, the people in his timeline, and just especially towards the end of the Gohan Cell fight. But I thought pretty much everything in the Cell Saga was like straight many. So like the beginning of it where they're fighting 19 and Dr. Zero, I don't really fuck with that much. I don't really think that that's dope. But where it really starts getting dope is once they start, basically once they fight 17 and 18, and they all get their asses handed to them, that's when it really starts to be dope. So I really fuck with from there on. So Piccolo versus 17, Piccolo versus Imperfect, and 17 versus Imperfect, and 16 versus Imperfect, and then Imperfect absorbs 17, and then after that Vegeta comes in, and he's become Super Vegeta, and then he's like arrogant and lets Cell gets to his perfect form, and then Trunks is fighting him, saying no, we can't let him get to that power, and then Cell solar flares and absorbs 18, and then Vegeta final flashes, gets his ass handed to him. Trunks fights him, but he's too slow because of his ultimate form, and then the Goku Cell fight was actually really fucking dope too. One of my favorite moves in all of Z happens in that battle actually. So the Warp Kamehameha is the shit, where he goes up and he goes, he's about to do Kamehameha, and everyone's like, holy shit, like, you're actually about to do this. But no, he instant transmissions right in front of him and goes boom. And what really made it dope was when Cell goes, no, like, that was sick. That was tight. And then, of course, the Gohan Cell fight. Best fight in history. But my number two saga is the Majin Buu saga. Now, I like the Majin Buu saga a lot because I felt like it really was a ride. It was a roller coaster. So starting out with the Majin Vegeta versus Goku fight, and then there was stuff before that too with Gohan and the tournament and shit like that. But starting out with that, and then Majin Vegeta versus Majin Buu, and then two Boos, and then having Goku come back is dead, but he only has like certain amount of time, and then Gotenks SSJ 3, and then Mystic Gohan is dope as fuck. And then you have the Vegeta and Goku at constant conflict, but they have to fight to win. And I just felt like it was a really big ride. The one thing that I wish that they hadn't done was had Goku end up beating Buu, because I felt like he's the main character, and I didn't think of the show, and I was not a fan of. To me, just kind of thinking back on, especially if you've seen the part where he actually kills Kid Buu. Everyone, they show like all the people saying like Goku, like they should have done someone else, anybody else, honestly, anybody else, unless it was unreasonable. But that was my second one. And if you were to tell me like, yo, Sahil, like I think the Buu saga was better, but just by a little bit, I'd be like, all right, I fucks with that, like, because for me the Buu saga is just a little piece under Cell Saga, because it was pretty fucking good. The Frieza Saga comes in dead last. There's too much talking in the Frieza Saga. You don't really get all the dope stuff that they do with Super Saiyans and stuff. Obviously, you get Goku going Super Saiyan. But just those fights. And if you notice something, as the show progresses, the way like when they're like really going ham on each other, it's much faster and more intense later on than you compare. Like you look at like fights where it's like, for example, when Gohan gets pissed because Vegeta's like freaking like beating the shit out of Goku on the ground. When Gohan goes and he's like fucking going off, like it's a lot slower than when you see like real shit like going ham. So, and I just don't really mesh with the Frieza saga. But I think that a lot of people do. So again, let me know which one's your favorite, and you have to tell me why, or you're gonna have a demon in your nightmares.